What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Cyber Survival Minecraft world. And I was just over here admiring what I had built for my 100 subscriber celebration. I am still very in love with this build and so happy with how it turned out. And I am hoping that soon I will be able to add to this because I am very close to hitting 250 subscribers on YouTube, which I am so pumped about. As of right now, I'm at 222 subscribers, which is a little ironic considering it's all the same number. But with that being said, that means I am only 28 away from hitting 250, which is going to be my next milestone for a build. But with that being said, I probably will not be able to get to that if I hit 250 anytime soon, because I'm going to be gone over the summer, which is from May 25th to July 25th. I'm going on a ministry project in Orlando and will not have any electronics with me other than my phone, obviously. But yeah, I'm not going to be here to be able to make any YouTube videos, so I'm going to try to at least get one out before I leave, and if I can, that would be awesome. But like I was saying, I was over here admiring this and remembered, I have all these chests over here, which completely slipped my mind that I actually had stuff in them, including a trident and a lot of other resources, and then some diamonds as well, which isn't a lot of diamonds, but it's diamonds nonetheless. But yeah, I completely forgot about all this stuff, and the other day I was literally mining cobblestone when I have a ton here because I needed it to craft up whatever I was using to build the iron farm. But what do you know? I have a pretty good stock sitting right here. Anyways, that's not really what we're worried about today, but as you can see over here, you may see a familiar sight of the blue blocks from Litematica Rendering. And I was just watching a YouTube video and didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently there's some kind of auto place feature with Litematica, and I'd like to say, I don't use that. All I use is the schematic, and then I follow the schematic and place the blocks myself. I didn't even know that little cheaty sound and auto place thing existed, but for everybody's information, I do not use it. Anyway, as you can see, I've been farming tons of resources, and I've spent maybe a couple hours just kind of watching YouTube and gathering resources alongside, and I haven't gotten a ton, but I do have what I think to be enough to build at least the blue and pink buildings here. I know I don't have bricks, so that will have to do another time, probably later in this episode. I got enough wool in here, so I guess let's go ahead and crack on at least building one of these. Let's go. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's done. Except it's not. I did not put a back on it, and there's no inside. This is just a facade, and it's gonna stay that way for a little bit until I get the next building put next to it, because if you can't tell, it does just suddenly cut off right here, and that's because the blue building is butted up right up against it, so this wall will not be here, and the back wall I'm just gonna save for last because I'm not really looking to put too much detail into that because you're not really gonna see it. And yeah, that being said though, I highly underestimated the amount of concrete that I needed because I completely forgot about all of the concrete up here. And I know I missed a block. I did not notice that. I will replace that. When I looked in the footage and saw that I had missed one singular block, I got a little annoyed. I was like, how did I even miss that? I don't know how I didn't notice that. But now it's there, and the facade is complete. So now I need to actually farm for more gravel and more sand so I can build the blue house, and probably need to get a little more bamboo as well for those fences and fence gates. So let's go ahead and get the sand and gravel, and we will be back. So guys, I've been editing these videos as I record them basically. So I'll record a clip, go throw it into Premiere Pro, edit it up, then record whatever's next and throw that in there as well. So I recorded the clip of me getting the sand and gravel, and the whole clip of the recording was only like 8 minutes. So, not that one. This one, I got all of it. Speeding up the clip made it glitch a lot, and I got the gravel from over there somewhere where all that gravel is, and then I just went that way until I found sand and recorded it. When I sped it up, it crashed my game, and now the clip is corrupted, so I cannot use it anymore. I have the sand and gravel now, but not the clip. But anyway, I didn't need just sand and gravel. I also need lapis, because if I turn on the schematic, you will see there are lapis blocks in here. It's kind of hard to see. That is a lapis block. That is a lapis block. There are some lapis blocks in here, and I don't have enough lapis for this. So I have decided I'm going to go mining on whatever the recommended lapis Y level is for 1 hour and see how much lapis I get. So guys, it's been a minute since I've actually gone mining, and when I looked it up, Google said apparently snowy biomes have a more chance of spawning lapis, which I have no idea how that works and I've never heard that before, but I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Also, according to Google, Y level -2 is the best for finding lapis. So we are going to go down there and mine for 1 hour and see how much lapis we end up getting. Let's go. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm actually going to be gone for basically the whole summer. It will be just like it was between winter and me coming back from college though. I just don't have a ton of time to make videos right now. That being said though, obviously I still enjoy making videos so much. I wanted to talk a little bit about some plans that I have for this world. One of the plans I have is obviously finishing the little town that I've been working on in this video and coming up with a name for it. I really need to build farms so I can automate materials as well, because that's one thing that I've been struggling with. Another plan I have for that area is creating what I'm going to call the slums, and it's going to be underneath the town. This is going to be a dark and dingy cavey area that's really creepy and eerie feeling. I've got some cool ideas for that already. One of the things that I want to do down there is make poisonous water out of lime green glass and maybe some other colors, and have areas where the surface people just like toss garbage down the like big holes in the ground. I've got quite a few more ideas for that place, but you will have to wait and see them later. This will be a throwback for anyone who played Minecraft back in the Legacy Console Edition days, but I wanted to recreate the lobby area and maybe even some of the maps in the battle minigame. I always loved playing that, and I think it'd be pretty nostalgic to have it in my world. This next one's kind of just a goal, but I want to get better at building custom trees and mountains and other stuff like that. I'll probably end up building a couple custom biomes in this world as well. I hope everyone's enjoying the world so far, and I hope you're all as excited as I am to see where this world goes. But yeah, I've got a lot of plans for this world, and I plan on keeping it for a really long time. I can't wait to see all the different things that I build and just see everything change over the time of me having this world. So with all that being said, let's get back into the video. Alright guys, so it's been an hour of me mining on Y level -2 over there in the snow biome, and I wasn't paying attention and accidentally broke my Silk Touch pickaxe. But with that being said, I did get a good amount of resources still. I got a little over a stack of lapis ores mined. I don't know specifically how much since my Silk Touch pickaxe broke, but I did get some diamonds as well, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and mine these up and see how much we get. Alright, so I mined it all up, and we got a pretty good amount of lapis and then a decent amount of diamonds as well. So let's go ahead and craft this and see just how many blocks we actually got in total. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. Okay, we got about a stack and a half. That should be enough considering it doesn't use as much lapis as it does some other blocks. So this should be enough. Alrighty guys, so now that all that is taken care of, I hope you guys enjoyed what I talked about during the time lapse. If you guys have anything that you suggest or would like to see me do in the survival world, drop a comment and let me know. I would love to go through and take inspiration from the ideas of those of you watching. But without further ado, let's go ahead and build this blue house. And instead of doing a time lapse, I think I'm actually going to build this one and record it. So yeah, kind of just show how Litematica works. So let me get all this in my inventory, and then if I come over here, obviously you can see the schematic that I have placed down, but if I look at the block, I can pick block and actually get whatever I'm looking at, which makes everything a lot easier to do, because then you don't have to like struggle seeing, and it makes it so much easier to tell what you're actually looking at, as well as making it easy to get anything you don't have specifically in your hand at the moment. Just like that, I've already got this part of the front done. It's pretty easy to follow the schematic. It's just not so easy to come up with a design. And now I can't mine that because I don't have soap. Wait, do I have it? I do! Okay, that works. So yeah, I just go in creative and then build these houses and then rebuild them in survival. Which the hardest part is figuring out what blocks work together. What I did here really is just go in creative, look for blue blocks, place them all down in a square, and then figure out what I think would look good together and what I think wouldn't. So once I do that, obviously I get rid of the ones I don't think would look good, and then keep the ones that I think do. So yeah, it really does not take that long to build this stuff. It's just tedious to get all the different materials. So I know earlier I said I needed to get bamboo. Those looked like bamboo from far away. They are not. They are birch, and I got a bunch of bamboo for absolutely no reason. But now we just got to build up here and place all of these fences in. And a lot of this can be pretty tedious, like I said, because of all the different kinds of materials. But honestly, that's just what makes the builds more interesting. All the different kinds of materials that you can use and make them actually look good together. It can be hard to do that sometimes, but I am up for the challenge, and if I fall off of this one more time, but I am up for the challenge, and I'm enjoying learning how to build with a bunch of different materials and all this color and stuff like that, because normally I wouldn't do this, and I'd just build the same couple builds over and over and over. And if you look at the gradient that I have going here, you'll notice that I don't use some blocks in certain areas and I do use them in others. Like down here, I don't have any lapis blocks going across the top, but at the bottom I don't have any wool blocks and I have mainly lapis blocks. And then in the cyan area, you'll notice that at the lower parts I have all the darker blocks, and then up here I have all the brighter blocks. And it just goes from these dark blocks down here, like the warped wood and the warped whatever that's called. What's that called? Warped wart. warped wart, and then it goes up, and after this line you do not see any more warped wart. So yeah, it literally just goes from dark blocks to light blocks, and then after a certain point you don't see any more of specific blocks. Oh my gosh, I keep falling. And look at that. Took me all of 20 minutes to build this. Not even. It took me more like 15. This did not... Obviously, it's not done, though. Obviously, it's not done. There's no back, and there's not even the rest of the side there. But from the front, it's done. Just don't look inside. You can't see. Don't tell me about the grass that you could see, because you can't. The grass is not there. Neither is the birch. But yes, this did not take me very long to build here in survival, but what did take a long time is gathering the materials and coming up with this design in creative. Now I just need to finish the walls, obviously, which I will do at a later time. But yeah, normally I don't actually go and record first person of what I am building. Normally I just do a time lapse, but I feel like this video is pretty time lapse heavy because it's kind of early stuff that I'm just starting to work on. So it's a lot of just gather material, build, gather material, build, gather material, build. So I'm probably going to start just building it and then showing it off after it's done. Because I don't want my videos to just be a bunch of time lapses, because I will be honest, that does get very boring. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and build the bread building, and then we will be right back here. Alrighty, and we are back. Do you notice anything different? Because if you look closely, you may notice there are no longer black blocks covering the windows and openings of these buildings. I went ahead and finished the insides and back walls and everything of the pink and blue buildings, and then in a moment you will see that I also went ahead and did the red building. So obviously there's nothing in here yet because there will be villagers, but right now it's just 2 floors, and then the opening is open. Back wall, side walls on both floors are done. Same with over here. I have all the walls done. 2 floors. And the walls up here are done as well. Of course, it's empty, like I said. And I did go ahead and get a track coming over here, and I got one villager. He will be in there soon. Anyway, here is the tiny little red building, and I love this building. Every time I look at it, all I can think of is like a pizza parlor, and like an old run-down pizza parlor. That's what I think of. But because of the bricks, I'm thinking I want these buildings to be themed around whatever's in them, which, to be fair, I have no idea what to put in a blue building. What would a blue building sell? I have no idea. If this reminds me of a pizza place, food would be my first guess, but it's made of bricks, so I might do bricks. I don't know. But I do like the inside of this place as well. I got a little spiral staircase back here. And then we got the second floor. And you can see the wall of the other building, which is kind of why I have this wall protruding. And then it kind of separates the blue from the red. And that is also on both floors. I don't really mind it, but I think it looks great. But yes, I have gotten all 3 of the houses that I wanted to build in this episode complete and ready for villagers to be put inside of them. I will probably do that between episodes, but guys, if you did enjoy this episode and enjoyed watching the build process of these 3 buildings, please be sure to drop a like, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have anything you want to say, make sure to leave it in a comment. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good one. Peace out.